This will be a bit longer video, but I will show you how to import the blog posts from WordPress to your Shopify store, to the blog posts. And to show this by example, I'll use our Excelify website, which also have many blog posts, so this is a good way to show you how to do it. Alright, so I'm going now to WordPress admin, and I have installed this all export plugin for the WordPress, which will allow us to export all your blogs, blog posts to the CSV file. So yeah, the plugin is called All Export. And what I do here, I just choose posts, and I pick it shows that there's 88 posts now. I choose the Migrate posts here, and so it is offering here yeah, I suggest to increase this number to be bigger than your amount of posts, because so that it goes in one iteration. If you use any non-English symbols in your posts, then you should include this one, because it will allow to Excel file to be the Excel app will be able to open the file and will maintain all those special characters which are not non-English. Yeah, and now just press confirm and run export, and it should be finished fairly quickly. And I'm choosing the CSV file because we will be working with it in Excel. So here I have downloaded it and I'm opening it. Right, so nicely we have this Excel, all the blogs are now in one Excel spreadsheet. And what we will need to do, we will just need to give the correct names to the columns so that the Excelify app can recognize what's in those columns and will import it. And to do that, I'll go to Excelify website and grab our template from here, Excelify template, and download Excel template file, so that we don't have to guess what's the name of each column. We can just go here to blog posts, and here are all the possible columns we can use when importing. So the first thing you need to do is basically we can copy the sheet name here and switch back to that CSV file, and we need to give here the name to this tab or this sheet blog post, because this is how app distinguishes. Here, if you see, there are many sheets and each kind of thing is in its own sheet, so we need to tell that this one will be blog posts. And I will save the file as normal Excel file and call it Migrate posts, like that. Okay, so we are now ready to start mapping our columns. I'll just make it bigger. And yeah, so I suggest to go by the columns which you have in the CSV file. And by each column, we look, for example, on ID column, and we need to decide whether we need to save this value somewhere in our new blog or we don't. And in this case, I think we don't, but since the ID is the name, the column name that's also used in the template to identify the Shopify blog post, I would suggest just to delete this column, and so that it gets away out of the way. Okay, now the next one is title, and yeah, we have exactly the same name here. The title is also in our template. So, but anyway, we just can copy to make sure it's really exactly the same. The content, it looks like the body HTML. Then we just grab it from here, body HTML, and paste over as a title for this column. Now excerpt, it's the basically it's the summary HTML. It's the short summary of the blog post. Now the date is, I think we should use the published at, because we can't insert created at and updated at, but we can set the published at date, and we can just also paste it over here, and the app will recognize this date format. Post type, looks like we don't need it. We can just skip over it, and the app will ignore this column because it doesn't recognize this name. Permalink, this is basically the full link to the post on your old blog, and I suggest to use those after the migration, to use those as redirects, to set the correct redirects to the new blog posts. Okay, the image URL, here you will see, basically if we look in the contents of this cell, here it has all the images separated by the vertical line, all the images for this post. But at this moment, for simplicity, let's just ignore them, because afterward we will need to figure out how to migrate the images, because we need to host images now on Shopify infrastructure. Okay, the image title also I think we can ignore for now, all those. The image alt text, it actually matches the image alt text also from the template, but this is different because these are image alt texts. You see also with the vertical lines, these are alt texts for all those images which exist in the blog post itself. So in this case, I would rename it to old image alt text, so that it doesn't mess, so that it doesn't import this for now. Yeah, and this is what we are looking for. It's a featured image, because in a Shopify blog post, you just can add one image for the post itself, and we'll use this feature. The image featured, we'll put this as an image source here. And now what's here, it's the attachment URL. Also, we can ignore this for now. Categories and tags. Yeah, since the tags column is also here in the template, the Shopify needs the tags to be comma separated, but here tags are separated by the vertical line. So again, for simplicity of this demonstration, I'll just let's just use tags here, and don't migrate categories for now. Just use the tags, but we need to select this column and find and replace all the replace all the vertical lines to commas, basically. Replace all, and that's it. And now we have tags just as we as needed for Shopify. The status, probably, yeah, we need to ignore it. There's nowhere we can put it, or there is. Just a second. Yeah, we can use it as published. Basically, okay, I'll show you one more way how to do it. So in this case, the template requires true or false if you need it to be published. So we can make a formula, like if this value equals publish, then true, else false. So this formula will, and we just double click here to copy for all the rows, and formula will take care of that, so that we have all the posts that have here publish, they will also get published on your blog. Let's just freeze the top row so that we can scroll around. Okay, the author ID is just an ID. We don't need it. The username as well, we don't need it. Email, we don't have where to put it. But there is author first name and author last name. But in the Shopify blogs, there is, where was it? The author column, and it's just one field. So again, we can use the formula here. Just add new column, copy the column title, which is author, and make the formula that basically take this one and concatenate with space and take this one. So we just concatenate the name and surname. And again, double click on this corner to copy it all the way down. Let's just maybe make it not to wrap around. Yeah, this will be more nice. Okay, we have the author now. The slug. Slug is actually the same as the handle in Shopify language. So we can just copy and paste the handle name for this column, and it will become, the Shopify blog post will have the same handle. The format, I don't know what this is. Template, also not important. This is also not important. Yeah, basically none of the other fields are important to be migrated, but for the import to work, we need also a reference to the blog to which it should belong. So you could just copy those three titles and the first value just as an example, and we need to paste it here and decide what will be the handle of the blog. I'll name it Excelify. Will be the handle for the blog itself, and the title will be Excelify blog. And here we just need to choose whether it's whether we want to allow comments by the site visitors or no. And let's do it as in default, so that the comments are allowed, but they need to be approved by you as an owner. And again, double click on the square to copy all the way down. And yeah, that's it. We just completed the mapping of the fields. Now do the save, and I'm going to this my new store, opening the application, the Excelify application, and I'm clicking here and choosing this Migrate Posts file. And let it, yeah, it says ready to import. Just start importing. And already in some few seconds, when we refresh, we can see that the blog posts are starting to appear here. So yeah, it shows failed for some reason, but we'll look why. But yeah, I think I know why. It's because there was this comment column, which is actually, where was it? Yep, comment status. There is also a comment status in the template. Yeah, the comment status, but we are not migrating comments here. So it's basically it's not recognizing this kind of comment status, and it messes its brain. So we can just delete this column for now, and yeah, so let's just cancel for now. And meanwhile, I'll use a chance to show you that even if you cancel the import, you can still, of course, when you refresh, you still have whatever is already imported. But more importantly, you can still download the import results file and they will contain results for those 13 items. And you can scroll here to the, let's just control right to the very right and see what's the reason for why they are failing. And here in the import comment, you see that it says author can be blank. Basically, yeah, it says that it created blog here as a first line because there was no such blog. And then it says couldn't create comment by something email empty. Yes, and the fail, and here's the reason why it couldn't create comment. It's because there was this comment status field which it thought it needs then create a comment for this, and that's why it was failing. So now we have deleted that column, and we can just again upload the same file, and now it should update 13 blog posts and should create those which were not just created. Let's see if this will happen like that. Yep, see it starts to update them, and they are green. So yeah, now basically those blog posts are coming in, and yeah, we can go look into manage blogs, and here is our Excelify blog. Yeah, which we can already, while this is in progress, we can already look at the blog posts themselves, and here they are, and with the correct date and the tags which become as like blog post tags here, and basically all the categories are correctly showing and so on. So essentially our Excelify blog from WordPress is migrated here with all the embedded videos and images. However, there's one important thing you need to understand, that those images at the moment, they are coming from the old old blog. Yeah, so if we would open this image in a new tab, you would see that it's actually taking it from Excelify, VP content, so on. So it's actually coming from WordPress at the moment, and that's something you need to work on as a next thing. That you basically need to take all your images from the WordPress and upload them here in the Shopify admin. In settings, there is this files section, and you need to import all those images here, and then you need to go and replace in this body, where is this body HTML, you need to replace all the link beginnings. It's like from until here, because the image file names will stay the same. Yes, but the beginning of this will need to be replaced to the beginning of this, because this is a common part for all your files, and then comes the image name. Yeah, so you just would again like do the find and replace, like take the BP content updates and replace with this thing. But that's after you have uploaded your images as files. Just to make it shorter, I'll not show it all, but basically that's the idea. I think you get it. So now, yeah, we have updated 13 and new 32, which means that at least all blog posts with all the featured images, it's here, and that's how you migrated it.